Rob Font versus Marlon Vera just took place in the main event of UFC Fight Night Vegas 53, Font versus Vera, and oh my god, what an amazing performance by Marlon Vera, and what an amazing performance by Rob Font. But in the moments where it mattered, Marlon Vera did enough to win. At the end of the majority of the rounds, Marlon Vera made his claim on those rounds in the judges' scorecards, at the end of round 2, at the end of round 3, at the end of round 4, and maybe he just won round 5 anyway, in my opinion as well. And my scorecard, I had it 49-46 Marlon Vera. There's no doubt who won the fight. Rob Font's numbers were way, way higher than Marlon Vera's numbers. However, again, as I said, at the end of those rounds, Marlon Vera did what was needed, just like Jose Aldo did to Rob Font as well, remember, and hurt Rob Font. Rob Font's durability has been the problem in his career so far, and I think it's only going to get worse and worse after that one, because Marlon Vera really badly hurt Rob Font in that fight. And I'm not just saying hurt him as in wobbled him, I mean hurt him as in Rob Font's not going to be the same ever again. I don't care if he missed weight. Give that man $50K for his fight of the night bonus. I don't care if he missed weight. Do not take 20% of that man's show money. He needs money. Elon Musk, you have a lot of money. $100,000 is nothing to you. If you're watching this video by any chance, give $100,000 to Rob Font, please, I beg of you. This man may never see straight ever again. Marlon Vera viciously beat him down. An amazing performance. I could maybe understand, actually, giving round 2 still to Rob Font, but he got knocked down, so you have to give it to Marlon Vera based on damage, because Rob Font was schooling Marlon Vera for like the first 4 minutes of those rounds, but that doesn't matter. It's how you finish. It's who makes the statement, and every round Marlon Vera made the statement. I'm going to try and go through all of the statements that he made within those rounds. Round 1, he lands like a cuffing left hook as Font's moving away and wobbles him badly down to the canvas, basically a knockdown, and then starts beating him badly with elbows on the ground as well. Round 3, Font's doing amazingly. I think Font was up like 40-10 in round 2 on significant strikes, just boxing the face off of Marlon Vera, ripping to the body until he got hit by that shot at the end of it. Round 3, same thing again. Rob Font boxing up Marlon Vera, a little bit closer this time. The rounds got closer as they went on, outside of the big moments for Marlon Vera. And at the end of the round, though, when you think Rob Font's probably going to win this round, Marlon Vera jump knees right into the face of Rob Font and wobbles him badly again. Down to the canvas, jumps on top at the end of the round, and I honestly thought he put Rob Font out cold. He charges up the elbow from the fucking Ecuadorian gods themselves and just blasts a massive elbow into the face of Rob Font at the end of round 3. Hurts him badly. I thought Rob Font went out cold. I genuinely did. I was like, put the camera on Rob Font on the ground. I need to see if he's getting back up right now. Font did get back up. Credit to him. He's as tough as they come. Not in the middle of the rounds because his chin... I mean, the shots he's getting hit with, though, you'll get rocked by those shots. It's just like, we're comparing his durability with Marlon Vera, who looked like, and he took something like 200 significant strikes on the face in this fight from Rob Font. He looked like he didn't even have a fight. There were no marks on his face, and Rob Font looked like he'd just been hit by a truck, like genuinely hit by a truck and barely survived, or like I don't even know what happened to Rob Font's face. It's hideous. A hideous, hideous mess of a face. And it might be permanent. I'm talking shattered orbital, broken nose, maybe his jaw's busted, 2 shattered orbitals maybe, his eyes completely swollen shut, his forehead's bust up like Zhang Weili, Yuani and Jacek in that fight. I mean, round 4, Font's doing good again. Round's a little bit more competitive and stuff like that, because it did get more competitive as the fight went on. I actually gave round 5 to Marlon Vera as well. But round 4, Font's doing really good. He's starting good straight away, getting right back on Marlon Vera early on, landing the jab, the 2, the combos and stuff like that. But just, Vera was just ignoring it, laughing at him, licking his lips after getting hit by a 3-punch combination and stuff like that. And you could see Font was just a little bit demoralized in there. Like, what do I hit this guy with? And whenever he hits me, I'm just wobbling all over the place. Round 4. Shawn Michaels enters the ring. He possesses Marlon Vera's body. And I'm not even over-exaggerating this as a move. Marlon Vera sweet-chinned musicked Rob Font square in the jaw. You've seen front leg hook kicks. This was like a lead leg side kick. Sweet chin music. Sweet chin music right on the chin of Rob Font. All that was missing was the stomps beforehand. He sweet-chinned music Rob Font in the 4th round. Down goes Rob Font again. And you almost saw like a moment of mercy from Marlon Vera in the 4th round as well. A moment of mercy, just like, oh God, do I jump on him and just finish him off? Or maybe it wasn't mercy. Maybe it was more punishment. Like, I don't want you out of here yet. You've got another round to last with me. I'm going to hurt you again with another move. This time a wheel kick or something. Left hook, flying knee, sweet chin music. Like, the only thing left would be a wheel kick to land, and he did go for them in this fight as well. But round 4, he's just kicking Rob Font's legs on the ground. Rob Font gets back up and fights on and does quite well at the end of round 4, but still Marlon Vera's landing the better shots, rocking him, hurting him to the body a couple of times as well. Round 5, Font's got to win the round at least, and maybe win it dominantly to get himself a draw, because he'd lost the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I know he was so far ahead in round 2, but the end of round 2 was so vicious that you kind of have to give that one to Marlon Vera. I think one judge did give Rob Font round 2, even still. That's how much he was ahead on strikes. I mean, he was schooling Marlon Vera early on in this fight and at the start of all of the rounds. But round 5 again, closer. Font slightly ahead in round 5 on strikes. And Vera lands like a lead leg hook kick that like cracks the jaw of Rob Font, and he goes and wobbles a little bit again, and that gives him the round again to Marlon Vera, who's just like having fun at this point. He's shaking around, he's dancing in the middle of the combinations and stuff like that. I mean, it was an amazing performance. Rob Font landed 271 significant strikes, 73% of them to the head, and Vera didn't have a scratch on him. 271 to Rob Font, 159 to Marlon Vera. The 3 knockdowns gave Vera the fight, and the 5th round could go Vera's way. But Font actually still outlanded Vera 50-33 in round 5. But again, the quality of the shots were just different. Maybe the guy gave Vera round... Maybe the guy on the judging scorecards who said 48-47 gave Font round 5 rather than round 2, actually. It was 57-26 in round 1 to Font. 55-27 round 2 to Rob Font. 71-37 round 3 to Rob Font. 42-36 round 4 was very competitive, and Vera clearly won that round. 50-33 in round 5. I mean, Font is just unlucky that he was in there with Marlon Vera. And he's in there with Jose Aldo, and these guys just don't go down to shots or punishment at bantamweight because they're huge. And Font's the one who missed weight. Man. Unlucky, Rob Font. So you just have to be built for it, I think. Like, Rob Font has some of the best boxing I've ever seen in the UFC. I picked Marlon Vera to win by late rounds finish. Almost thought it was going to happen at one point in round 4. But, like, Font is so unlucky that he's just not genetically blessed with an amazing chin. Because if Font had the chin of Vera, he's the world champion at bantamweight. He is picking apart these people with his hands. Even against Jose Aldo as well before he got hurt in those fights. But those are the moments that matter to the judges. Who gets hurt, who puts down who. And Marlon Vera clearly won that fight. Very, very great performance. Really, really amazing. O'Malley is seeing what his career could have been, I feel like, as well. But I think Font could beat O'Malley. Like, I was thinking before this, you know, maybe O'Malley has a good chance against Font. And I'm thinking now, like, maybe now, because Font has been rearranged permanently for life in terms of his brain contents. But, dude, Font that showed up against Vera probably beats a lot of bantamweights on the roster, but Vera's just... Yeah. 271 significant strikes. 73% to the head. He doesn't look like he's been touched. It's kind of unfair. It's just a little bit unfair. He just took everything and just ignored it. And Font is landing good shots. Like, Font is not pitter-patter baby strikes. He was like loading, looping uppercuts in the early rounds, smacking Vera's head back, left hooks, smacking Vera's head all over the place, 1-1-2 down the pipe, popping Vera's head back, and Vera just keeps going. Keeps coming forward, keeps doing his Terminator stuff, and Font tried to land with some big shots early on to the body, chopped at the legs himself early on as well, to try and invest on Marlon Vera, because I'm assuming he knows Marlon Vera grows as the fight goes on, but it's just not enough. Like, no matter how many body shots he landed, Vera's fresh in the 5th round. Font landed so many good body shots. 17% of 271 clean. Big power hooks to the body. Nothing. Dude, Vera could well be champ of this division. Aldo beat him. And that is crazy for Aldo. Aldo's looking real good right now, I must say. But, like, Vera could be... people were telling me I'm crazy. Like, I was saying, look, I want to see Marlon Vera versus Piotr Jan. I don't mind Marlon Vera's chances. And people are saying, you're crazy, you're dumb. Don't even say that. You can't call me crazy now. This guy is built different. Simple as that. He's built different. He can't take damage. He doesn't feel shots that people throw at him. He's a massive bantamweight. He's got range. He's fast. He's getting more and more technical as the fights go on as well. He's less messy. He's a little bit more coordinated. He's wild. He's unorthodox. He's everything you would want. He's got good grappling defense. He's got good submissions of his own and grappling of his own as well. I mean, madness. Madness performance from Marlon Vera. I almost can't say enough about this. Font did so good. Font was schooling him in the first 2 rounds until the very end of the second. I was like, gee, I thought Font would have a good start, but I didn't think he'd be fucking damn near tripling him in the second round, coming into the end of the 30-second bell, coming into the last 30 seconds of the round, but he was schooling Marlon Vera. Boom, 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 combo, body shot, jab, jab, 2, jab, 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 and Vera's just like, okay, man, I keep coming, man. I keep coming to kill you, no? Not that kind of juice. Like, he just ignored everything. And it's crazy to me. If I'm anyone at bantamweight, if they call you and they tell you you're fighting Marlon Vera, you say, okay, sure, count me in, because you're a top bantamweight contender. If they say it's a main event of a fight night, you say, no thanks, no 5 rounds for me. Even if you're Piotr Jan, that's what you do. If I'm the manager of any bantamweight contender, I'm saying, me versus Marlon Vera. I really want to be on the main card of a pay-per-view. Not a fight night main event. Don't put the spotlight on me. I'll go 3 rounds, thanks. You know? I don't want to go 5 rounds with Marlon Vera and give him that much of a chance to find the shots that he does. I just want to go 3 rounds, maybe win the first 2, try not to get 10-8'd in the third. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to really find your way out there. And I'm really looking forward to the future of the bantamweight division, because Marlon Vera takes no damage. He's rarely ever injured. He's active. I think him versus Jan in October on the Abu Dhabi pay-per-view main card would be good. I think that's what Jan's going to push for. That's what makes sense to me, in my opinion, as well. They can't do Jan Aldo 2. That'd be killing. That'd be a murderous intent right there. They can't do Jan Sandhagen 2. It kind of just happened for Sandhagen. I believe it was his last fight as well. Dillashaw might be fighting Aljo. They're not going to do Dillashaw, Jan. The schedules don't really make sense. Jan needed a bit of time off after the last pay-per-view card. Vera's going to need a little bit of time off as well. October, pay-per-view main card. Give me Piotr Jan versus Marlon Vera. Main event. Main event. Winner of Oliveira versus Gaethje versus Makhachev. Co-main event. Jesus, I don't really care. Anything. Aljo versus Dillashaw. Maybe put that as the co-main event. And then feature fight, Piotr Jan versus Marlon Vera. And you've got yourself a pay-per-view card. You don't need anything else on the pay-per-view. That's the card. It's done. It's finished. You're welcome. Amazing performance by Marlon Vera. Never seen anything like it. I hope he gets some kind of performance bonus for that, because it was absolutely crazy. It saved the whole card. The whole card was such low-level MMA. Like, Listen, people say fun fights are fun and scraps are fun and, you know, the finishes are fun and stuff like that. But when it's happening because of how bad people are, it's not fun. This was a high-level MMA fight that was a war. Those are my favourite fights. This is one of the best fights of the year so far. Maybe the fight of the year so far. If Font would have, like, dropped Vera at one point, it probably would have solidified fight of the year so far. I mean, amazing. Amazing performance by Marlon Vera. I'm going to make a video. I want to see Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera too. I know people are going to immediately jump to the conclusion that Marlon Vera destroys him. Listen, I'm going to get dislikes here. If you watch, I'm going to do a video on my second channel, the MMA Guru Clips. If you made it this far in this video, I haven't uploaded there for a while, but I'm going to start doing it way more often now that I've got a schedule going again. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to post a Marlon Vera, Sean O'Malley fight breakdown. O'Malley was doing really well. Now, that doesn't really mean much because Vera could have switched in music in the second round and hurt him bad and put him away. But I really want to see O'Malley versus Vera again. I want to see it again. I want to see who's improved. There's some massive matchups to make at bantamweight is all I know. So hopefully we get O'Malley, Pedro Munoz in July. He might win. I'm thinking he will win. And then we'll see where we go from there. But amazing performance by Vera. Amazing performance. Respect. Feeding his kids. Getting it done for the family. And Vera, one of my favourite fighters in the UFC, I think. I think he's just taken one of those spots. Marlon Vera's top 5 favourite fighters in the UFC. Never disappoints. Any single fight of his. The Aldo fight was a little bit meh. But it's Aldo. He can make it like that sometimes if he's better than you. But every other fight Vera has been amazing. Or it's ended amazingly after a bit of a stalemate early. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Toodle pip. I'll see you later. Goodbye.